Hey there guys, Raj here. I hope you guys are doing well. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a mixture. I'm going to be talking about, different things in one video. So the first one is going to be my scent of the day. Seems like a good place to start. I'm wearing a fragrance from the house of Bulgari, and this one is Bulgari Man Black Orient. So there you go. That's the outside. That's the inside of the bottle. Very similar to Man in Black. And it actually, one thing I quite like here, it does say the name of the perfumer, which you don't always hear about. And the perfumer is Alberto Maria. So if you know this fragrance, the original Man in Black, it is spicy, slightly boozy, very woody, a little bit smoky. This one kind of just intensifies that slightly by adding a sweet smoky oud. It's actually a really good addition to the fragrance. Very wearable, super masculine. Again, like the original, it doesn't last a huge amount of time, doesn't jump off the skin too much. It's just one of those, but a really good scent. I like it. I'm looking forward to I've probably got about one or two more wearings left. Should be good, and then I'll review it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is I was in Paris earlier this week for 3 days. So I'm going to talk to you about all the different fragrance-related things that I've got that I got up to, and also in this video I'm going to show you some new purchases that I bought while I was there, and also I was in Marrakesh a couple of weeks ago and I bought a couple of fragrances while I was out there. So this video could be a little bit long, so just chill and enjoy the video. So yeah, Paris. This is France in general. You could say is like for me the epicenter in the world when it comes to fragrances. Parisians very much like their fragrances. A lot of brands are French, and a lot of brands have boutiques there. And in Paris, the one boutique, I had a few things I wanted to see in my mind, but the one above all that I really wanted to see was the Guerlain boutique. And I went to their boutique on the Avenue Champs-Élysées, and it's their flagship one. And this was an amazing experience. It's such a cool store, really well designed, really classy, elegant, but creative and artistic in some ways as well. They have cool pieces of art. They have different installations and like artworks decorating the store. They have all the different Guerlain fragrances, the store exclusives, all the B bottles on display. And guys, what I'm going to do actually, I should have mentioned this a little bit earlier, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to leave the link down below to my Facebook page where I posted loads of pictures and a video of all the boutiques that I went to. So there you'll get like a visual idea of everything. Here I'm going to describe everything in words. So if you haven't checked out my Facebook page, click on the links anyway to see the pictures, and you don't have to hit the like button, but if you're interested, hit the like button and you'll get updates on Facebook on my different posts. So yeah, so continuing with the Guerlain boutique, so cool. Sales assistants were really good, very friendly, very knowledgeable, treated you like in a good way. They weren't like constantly in your face. They knew when to step back and step in. The store I think is split over 3 floors. So the lower floor, there was some sort of exhibition going on which wasn't open to the public I think at the time, but they have the ground floor and then the first floor, which is a little bit quiet. Like I was the only person up there, but they have this amazing display. You'll see in the pictures of all these Shalimar bottles and all these B bottles, and yeah, the displaying the way they display the fragrances was like nothing I've ever seen. Really awesome. So I wanted to get a fragrance while I was there, and it was not actually available in the Champs-Élysées boutique. I did end up getting a couple other stuff, but I ended up going down just by chance. There's a street in Paris called Rue Saint-Honoré, and they have a temporary Guerlain boutique there. Still really, for a temporary store, it looked pretty amazing to me. And I have posted some pictures of that also. And this is where I got the fragrance that I wanted. And this is Heritage, but this is the Eau de Parfum version. So I'm not sure how much you can see here. Yeah, you probably can't. There you go. My camera's not cooperating. But yeah, so Heritage eau de parfum. So I'm pretty sure, like as far as I can tell, this version isn't available in definitely not in the UK. So maybe it's like a store, a Paris boutique exclusive. I don't know. As you can see, this is kind of new. Well, for Heritage, this is definitely new packaging, but this style of bottle is very similar to some other Guerlain bottles like Habit Rouge, Vetiver, but they've all been homogenized now, apart from L'Homme Ideal and a few others. So yeah, it's a cool design. I like it. Wooden cap, great fragrance. It really is a great fragrance. Yeah, I know the EDT quite well. I had about a 5 ml decant, but I wanted to see the eau de parfum and see how it performs. It's a little bit richer. I mean, to be honest, they're pretty much the same thing, but I do prefer the eau de parfum. If you're into like these slightly, I wouldn't say dated, but older classic style men's fragrances, aromatic, slightly spicy, fragrances like Creed's Bois de Portugal, Royal Water, Parfum de Nicolai's New York, Chanel, maybe Egoist, maybe not really Egoist actually, kind of, Pour Monsieur Antios, these types of fragrances, you'll really like this fragrance. This is like, I kind of think of somebody like, I don't know, like Michael Caine or like Robert De Niro, that type of person, cool people with a cool edgy side to them wearing this fragrance. It's really classic. Amazing fragrance. From the Champs-Élysées boutique, I also picked up a candle. So they have a whole different variety of candles. They're really good. I had tried them before in London or smelled them. This one I think is a store exclusive. Great quality. Ingredients, you can tell, are amazing. Cool packaging, comes in this box. It sits in like that. And here's the candle. So yeah, this one is called, I think it's called, check the name, Fond de Cuvée. Fond de Cuvée, yeah. So this fragrance, so that's the top of the box. I don't know if I showed you that. Yeah, so this fragrance or this candle is supposed to recreate or be inspired by the scent of the Champs-Élysées boutique. Super nice, like nice cozy vanilla, a little bit spicy, amazing candle. Also, one thing I wasn't, so when I went to this boutique, I said to myself, I'm going to get Heritage, or I wanted to get Heritage anyway, and a candle. But one thing I saw, which I thought, well, I had to get it, was actually these travel sprays. So I haven't seen these before, but these are awesome. These are 20 ml, and as you can see here, I picked up Bois d'Armenie. So you can just about make it out. So this is from the La et la Matière collection. Not every fragrance is available in this 20 ml atomizer, but in the Rue Saint Honoré store, they had this one. So I was thinking about this recently, that I kind of regret selling this because I sampled this one again when I was in a store in London just to refresh my memory. And when I smelled it, I was like, why did I sell this fragrance? This is so good. So I just got the 20 ml. And it's a good price, you know, 30 euros on a price per ml basis. It's actually much better than the full size one. And yeah, Bois d'Armenie is all about recreating the scent of Armenian paper, basically, which is like a type of, it's like a room fragrance that you burn and you fold the piece of paper and it perfumes your wherever you are. So it's very woody, very vanilla, perfect, you know, Guerlain, they know what they're doing when it comes to vanilla. This is so nice, slightly incensey as well, amazing fragrance. So yeah, that was my experience of the Guerlain boutiques. Definitely worth going down there. If you're in Paris, you're into fragrances, you're into Guerlain, you have to go there. So I also stopped by a couple of other stores. You know, you'll see all these posts on my Facebook page. I popped into the Parfum de Marly boutique on Rue Cambon, which was great. Nice little small boutique. It was good to get to know their fragrances a little bit better. I think their fragrances aimed towards women are really good. I had some pretty good examples of white floral fragrances. I was thinking about maybe buying a fragrance for my mum later on or something like that. I also tried on Carlisle. Carlisle was really good. I really liked it actually. The sales assistant, she said, I told her I had Herod, and she said, well, if you like Herod, check out Carlisle. which I find the name funny because it's a place here in the UK, but I mean, it was the name of like a horse that somebody owned. I've forgotten. I completely forgot. I think it's Louis the 13th is the inspiration behind the brand, so something like that. So yeah, it was a pretty good fragrance. So I checked that out. Went to the Parfum de Marly store. Oh yeah, so as I said, I've posted some stuff on Facebook. Check out the video when I went to the Jovoy or Jovoy boutique. This was amazing. This store is so... I've never seen such a vast selection of niche fragrances in one room. It was amazing. The store design is pretty cool too. But I posted a video there which is about, I think, like 4 or 5 minutes. A little bit long, but there was a lot to take in. And yeah, you'll see everything there. They have the whole Parfum and Roma range. They have a few Xerjoffs, was AJ Arabia, the Towers, Nila Vermeer. At the back of the store, they have a section just dedicated to Fragrance du Bois, a big wall with Amouage fragrances, and lots of brands that I just never heard of. So I tried so many things. I went around the entire store smelling as much as I could. I kind of just destroyed my nose basically. I had to take a step out afterwards and just breathe in the fresh air because I was just spraying and trying different things. And yeah, it was amazing. I was speaking to the sales assistant there and I said to her, you know, I'm trying a lot of cool fragrances here. It would be good if I could like buy a couple of samples. I wasn't quite sure whether they did that or not. And she said, yeah, we can give you some samples for free, you know. I was like, oh, okay. Even if I, don't buy anything from you, I can still get free samples. She said, yeah. So that was amazing. I wanted to select like 6, 7 different samples, but I didn't want to take advantage. So I ended up getting 3 samples, which she decanted for me in this little pouch. And those those fragrances that I got are here. So these are the samples. Generous samples, yeah. The first one from Parfum and Roma, and this one is Sorriso. Kind of interesting fragrance. Kind of reminds me of like a sweet and spicy like baby powder, but with a vanilla touch to it. I think it sounds better than my description, but yeah, it's good fragrance. Next one, this I've been really keen to get a sample of. This is the latest one from Nasomato, and this one is called Barra Onda. This one is intensely boozy in the opening. It really reminds me of By Kilian's London exclusive called Single Malt. I'm pretty sure they share the same ingredients. Very, very interesting fragrance. And the next one from the house of Fragrance du Bois. This one is Parisian Oud. Seems like an interesting house, Fragrance du Bois. I'm just getting into them slowly. Very expensive. I don't know if they're worth the money, but the free samples, can't complain. Okay, so Jovoy was definitely a treat and worth going to if you're in Paris. They also have their own brand. And finally, the final store that I went to was the Serge Lutens boutique in the Palais Royal. Now, Serge Lutens, I've owned lots of fragrances from him in the past. I don't actually own anything from him now because his style doesn't really match with my style now. Because fragrances, I know what I like. My preferences are more defined. And Serge, it was a really good brand though. It's worth checking out. And I owned like Chergui, Ambre Sultan, Arabi, Santal Majuscule, 5 o'clock en gingembre, Cedra. There was one more, Santal de Mysore, I think it's called. So yeah, I've had about 7 odd fragrances from that brand. And I wanted to go to this store just for the store. And again, check out the pictures. What an amazing fragrance store this is. It's quite small, but the interior design is so cool. It's very dark, full of like dark purple lighting. I think the walls are actually purple as well, with intricate patterns and designs on it. They've got all the fragrances there lined up, all the bell jars as well, with the boutique exclusives. Excuse me. Because a lot of the fragrance actually by Serge Lutens you can't get outside of Paris. So it was cool to try a few. I also went upstairs where they have this press room, And yeah, it was great to talk to the sales assistant there and just sort of dip my toe back into the Serge Lutens brand. You know, a great way to get samples is just talking to people. And actually, a lot of sales assistants can be quite generous. So I ended up getting these, which are, I'll show you here. Like, she threw in all of this. And these are solid, they're called solid perfume or something. So you get, yeah, they're all like this. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So here you have, just in this one, you have Cuillamaresque, Fumerie Turque, Mus Kublai Khan, which is horrendous. I've tried it before. A fragrance called Boxers or something like that. So yeah, this will be awesome. It's a cool little way to try a fragrance. You just basically put your finger on it, warm up the wax, and just apply it to wherever you want. This is awesome. I mean, she just threw in so many of these completely free. She also threw in a sample of La Religieuse. So that was cool. So yeah, I had a great time in Paris. Paris itself as a city is pretty awesome. I was only there for 3 days and I saw quite a lot. I wanted to see more, but fragrance-wise, it was a great experience. So yeah, and just finally, I was in Marrakesh a couple of weeks ago. I was also in another part of Morocco, and I ended up getting a couple of fragrances. One which you probably never heard about this, you guys may not know, from the house of, the brand is called Parfum du Soleil. So this one is called Bois de Santal. Kind of reminds me of something by Parfumerie Générale. It's a good fragrance, you know, I just got a small bottle, a little bit spicy, milky, sandalwood is smooth, really good fragrance. And I also stopped by, oh, you know what, I've just completely forgotten, can't believe it. In the Guerlain boutique, and I'm going back to Guerlain, they threw in all these samples. So I got these samples. I got a sample of Promenade des Anglais. And these are all 3.8 ml. So they threw in a lot of stuff. I got the new Habit Rouge dress code. So that's a store exclusive. It's like a gourmand take on Habit Rouge. I got Cuir Beluga, which I actually already have a bottle of, so I'll just add this to that. Eau de Cashmere and Eau de Lite. So yeah, that's like 20 ml of just free juice, basically, which is awesome. So yeah, so that's Guerlain. Going back to Morocco now, I'm traveling all over the world. I stopped by the Abdul Samad Al Qureshi store, a brand that I've been wanting to try for a while. It's a Middle Eastern brand. I think actually it comes out of Saudi Arabia. So is that the Middle East or is that the Gulf? My geography is awful. So yeah, it's based out of Saudi Arabia, and they specialized in oud, high quality oud, ambers, incense. Also, I did post something on Facebook about that, so check that out. And I ended up getting a fragrance called Khasab Al Oud. And check out this box. I mean, this is like, presentation here is crazy. Really nice box, solid. Probably try and get a close up, you can see. Khasab Al Oud, also known as Bois de Oud. And the thing opens up like this. So anyway, it's like, yeah, it feels like, it's not, I don't know, it feels soft, like cotton almost, actually. It feels like a material. And the bottle sits in like this. This is a beautiful scent, and hopefully you can pick up, yeah, you can just about, you can see those pieces of oud wood just floating around. Kind of crazy, but I don't know if that makes an impact on the fragrance. Maybe it does. But this is, whoa, this is a great fragrance. You have to like your ouds though. This is a slightly, it's not harsh, skanky, medicinal in any way, but it has that kind of dry, woody type accord in there. I need to break this down, but there could be like some sweet amber also in there as well. Amazing fragrance. I mean, look at this bottle, it's so good. Solid, what is it, hand cut crystal glass or something like that. So yeah guys, I've been having some pretty good adventures recently. In 10 days I'm going off to Cuba, then I'm also going off to Budapest for a stag do, so that's going to be kind of crazy, a bachelor party. So yeah, there you go. Bit of a long video. I don't normally do videos this long, but something different for a change. So guys, if you have been to any of these boutiques that I've mentioned, or you know any of these fragrances, let me know your thoughts. Any comment you have, that's any questions you have on your mind, let me know. Check out my Facebook page, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe here and like this video if you liked it, basically. And take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.